Festiwal mBank Nowe Horyzonty żyje we Wrocławiu, żyje Wrocławiem i dlatego Kanapa przyjechała dzisiaj do wrocławskiej Hali Targowej. I w tych niespodziewanych okolicznościach chciałbym bardzo podziękować naszym partnerom, przede wszystkim grupie Wróbel Mercedes-Benz, jak również firmie Bo Concept, której zawdzięczamy tę piękną, bardzo wygodną kanapę, jak również firmie Weft, dzięki której mamy tę piękną wykładzinę. A z nami dzisiaj jest cudowna reżyserka filmu Slow. Hello Maria, it's great to have you here because it's so rare that we watch Lithuanian films, and your film Slow is a very interesting, clever love story. I wouldn't be afraid to actually call it melodrama. And I wonder what was so interesting for you in exploring the idea of love, romantic love?
Mm-hmm. So, hi. First of all, thank you for having me here. And I really wanted to make a love story for some time. And when this idea came to my mind, I realized that this is the story that I really want to tell. And I knew that I need to have a strong conflict in order to write the story. And this conflict and the idea that these characters have to create intimacy in a new way and create it, in a way that has, they do not have examples how to do it. It seemed so challenging that for me, it was also challenging to write, and then it was interesting, so I had enough space, to really dive into the story.
So you also explore the idea of asexuality. Media loves some words that would describe the film in one word, but it's not film about actually asexuality. But still, the topic is very explicit, I would say, because your main character, male character, is not interested in sex at all, and his girlfriend, she loves sex. She expresses herself through the body, and this is actually main obstacle to love.
Yes, and also I think that when I was writing, I thought that, okay, this is their main problem. But only in the beginning, because later I realized that actually other problems, or not problems, but they have other challenges that makes it harder for them. Let's say, I think it's really hard for both of them to believe that the other person really loves them, that they can be accepted. So this topic of, her being sexual and him being asexual, it really is very important. But at the end, I think that their biggest, not problems, but, the biggest challenges are from other, from their own insecurities.
So there wouldn't be the film actually without the cast. And I can imagine it's very difficult to convey the chemistry between the actors. And I wonder, is it actually possible to develop chemistry in any way, or is it something that has to appear in a natural way? I mean,
That's a really good question, and I think I think that the first spark of chemistry has to be there. It doesn't mean that people have to really like each other or that there has to be some really strong tension, but I think something small you can already see in the casting if it will work or not.
So what was it in actually this particular cast?
Yeah, so I would say that when we met, because first of all, they're both very good actors, Greta and Kastas. Greta is also a dancer. That's how I knew her. And I casted her, and I knew she will be playing Elena. And then I was casting guys already together with her, because I thought there's no reason to do, separately, because I need to see instantly, if there is a spark or chemistry. So when we met with Greta and Castas for the first time, it was really fun for all of us, for all three of us. I would say that there was, overall chemistry, and I really felt that it will be fun to work with them. And I don't know where it came from, because they are very different. Even their approach to work is different. I mean, they're both very hardworking, but maybe Castas likes to, analyze more, and Greta likes to go and try out, practically more.
But you needed the conflict, right?
Yes. But I also think that I just felt that whatever happens, like it will be really interesting for all of us to create. Because they did bring a lot to their characters, and because I was doing casting in the really early stages of writing. So it was like first drafts of a screenplay, and I already casted them. So it was easier for me when I knew that they will be playing these characters. It helped me in the whole process. And they also had the time to get to know their characters, because maybe 2 years before the main production, we already knew that this is them.
Was there any issue for the male actor to play actually not a stereotypical male character? Because usually we think about men as active, always potent, and in this way actually you played with this gender role in a way.
I do think that it was challenging for him. I think that he was very, very brave because he was really, both of them, we have so many scenes where they're totally vulnerable, and if there would be, I don't know, a micro, some movement where you would try to hide yourself, it wouldn't work. So we all knew that, they have to be totally exposed, but of course, it's not easy. And I saw that it's not always easy. And for him, as you say, because we do have these expectations and, how men should behave and how it should be. I think he was and we were talking a lot with him about this. But maybe it was one of the reasons why I wanted him to play the character, because even physically, he's really, we can say, masculine in a way that we imagine, the characters. So thinking about this gender roles, it was important, and I think he was really good fit for that. And he's also thinking about it, and so we had so many discussions, and until now we do discuss a lot about all these topics. So. Yeah, so I don't think it was always easy for him, but for sure he put a lot of his heart.
When you tell about this vulnerability, I think maybe it's actually the key answer to my next question, which is actually this amazing mood of sensuality that you achieved, although there are actually no naked bodies in any scenes. So how did you achieve this sensual rhythm and mood?
Yeah, so I think that many elements came together, but yes, of course, first of all, actors, and we were rehearsing a lot. It was important for us to feel very comfortable and for them to feel comfortable with each other. And we worked with intimacy coordinator for the intimacy scenes. And even though they are not, there's not a lot of naked bodies, it still had to be, choreographed, and, you still have to prepare for it mentally and, physically how to move and how not to cross other person's boundaries and so on. So it was very useful for us that we had a professional intimacy coordinator. But also I think that a lot of it comes from camera and from, we shot on film, which also adds this layer, 16 millimeters, this layer of another body, because film is never, you see the image and it is never perfect. It always has some scratches and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of play with this idea that the film is about bodies and also the medium that we shoot on is a body. So I think it kind of comes together. And also, of course, her job is dancing. So we see a lot of corporal reality, how to say, the body.
Bodily, yeah.
So it was important. We were thinking, with the whole team we were talking with, with the production designer, we talked a lot about, to have, body colors, also in other places, we would do things that usually, let's say, you avoid to have skin color with skin color, you kind of want contrast. But we thought that for this film, it's nice actually to have, this skin tones and so on. So I think we were all kind of had this, not a code, but this, we knew in our minds that, okay, it's about bodies and let's look how to incorporate it in the visual style and in the atmosphere, in the style overall.
I think it's a kind of romantic way to shoot a film when you decide to shoot on 60 millimeters, because like in a romantic relationship, you have some expectations and you don't know actually what will be the result, right? And actually, maybe it's something that also added a bit to the mood of the film in a way.
Wow, that's a really good. I never thought of it, but really there is this parallel, because there is a little bit. It's also a little bit scary because you shoot on film and only few days after you get the results, so you're not sure, you cannot really check. But also I think I really like the process. It was my first time when I worked with film, and I really like the process because we prepared so well, and it doesn't matter if I will be shooting later again on digital. The process I would like to stay the same because we had so much time for rehearsing, and we just felt really comfortable when we came on set because we knew everything. Like, of course, if something didn't work, we would improvise with camera a little bit, but talking about scenes, about, how we felt with actors, we felt totally at ease, even though in the beginning maybe actors were a little bit scared. They said, oh no, but what if we act not so well and we don't have enough film left? And I said, no, don't worry about that. It's not your problem at all. Like, if we need takes, there will be takes, always. Like, because it's, it's still the most important thing. If actors, if the scene works or not, and if actors feel that they did a good job.
So after all these filmings, what is your idea of actually romantic love in the 21st century?
That's a very big question.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Yesterday I watched Past Lives here in the festival, and I loved it so much. And I don't know. I had this feeling actually watching that film, a bit similar to what I was thinking when I was writing my screenplay. The feeling maybe that I wanted, the feeling in a way to linger in the film is that, nothing is ever over in a way. Let's say I had this quote that I wrote down when I was writing the screenplay, just like for inspiration. It was a quote by Leonard Cohen, and it sounds like, I don't think that love ends. Love lasts. We just don't know what to do with it. So in a way, I wanted to have this feeling that, even if the story was either it was long or short, or, how, if it worked out or didn't work out, that it's still important. And even when I was writing, I thought, okay, like, it's actually a really simple story, and because it is simple in a way, I wanted to give it even more, not importance, but, to kind of tell it in a way that, like, it's really important for them. And, it doesn't matter if they will be together or not, it still happened and it's still really meaningful. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but it's like right now I'm thinking in a very, romantic way overall.
It answers my question perfectly. Maria, thank you so much for being here, and please do something so that we could watch more movies from Lithuania.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.